Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and boy oh boy do I have a treat for myself today. So as you may know, my other big lifelong love, besides my family, and comic books and tabletop stuff, is mecha models. I've just absolutely, since I was a wee little lad back in junior high, I believe, and that's been quite a few years, let me tell you that. We stumbled upon our first Zeta Gundam kits, and it just all spiraled out of control since there. I take that back. Take that back. The first one was the Zaku FZ from 0080, War in the Pocket. A friend of mine in 7th grade, his brother went on a mission, brought that back, gave one to me. Then it all started downhill. Then it was a Zeta Gundam. That was the first Gundam that I purchased of my own. It was a Rick Dias, Charles Rick Dias. I'm getting off track. This model took me forever and a day to finally get a hold of. This guy came out at the beginning of the pandemic, if even, I think he might have been scheduled before that. You can see the date of when I posted this, so to give you some idea of how long it's taken me to get a hold of this sucker. This is the Ikaruaga from Knights and Magic, a anime series I know nothing about, but I've been told it was probably something up my alley. As you can see from the mech, it absolutely is something up my alley. It is a giant multi-armed close combat mecha with swords that can like combine with each other or turn into big boosters whenever you want. So it's been a while since I did a Moderoid video. I don't think I've ever done one. It's been a while since I've built a Moderoid model, is what I should say. I've done a couple of them at this point. Oh, I did Zeorhymer, didn't I? Did I do a video on Zeorhymer? Maybe I did. I don't even know. So, I'm not a big fan of stickers and stuff, but good God. Oh boy. Is that in the 70s? 76 stickers! Oh my God. What have I got myself into? It might take me a while to finish this. Look at that sleek bad boy. Looks cool with 2 hands. Even cooler with what, 6? 8? I'm not even sure how many the thing has. I know he has 4 swords at least. Going all Ashura style. Interestingly enough, the instructions are completely in color. Don't see that very often these days. Here's our sticker lineup. Surprisingly, the construction doesn't look all that complex. It is completely in Japanese, though. Something to be aware of. I'm pretty sure most of the Moderoid stuff is. Even though, surprisingly, their website, which I'll put a link to down below, is in English as well. So if you wanted to take a look at it in English, that is an option. Oh, let the parade of plastic begin! I'm not going to bother pulling all these out. So you can see everything is doubled up. Obviously, it's a very symmetrical mech for the most part. It is going to be color-coded. Looks like the joint for the waist. Bunch of stuff. Mostly blues and blacks, but then again, that's what the whole kit seems to be. But there's just so many screws. Get the box out of the way here. Surprisingly, Zeorhymer, which I thought was absolutely massive, I don't remember him having this much. Maybe he did. My ASMR type sound effects there. I just wanted to get a good look at the blades. Those are pretty big. The blades are the size of a 1/144th Gundam. So that should give us some indication. This is a non-scale kit. It even says so right there on the box. Or the instructions, or whatever you want to call them. The sword looks to be about as big as he is, so maybe it won't be that big. I don't know. I do like that there's a lot of gold parts, though. Makes it look nice. I used to love the 90s Hirameki, you know, flashy gold chromed parts of all the old SD Gundams. That was one of my favorite parts of building them. That's just me. Alright, I am going to attempt to get this started. Wish me luck, because it might take me a while for the first half to match up with the second half of this video, but the world will never know. Maybe I'll let you know. Maybe I'll get it done within a week. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to put this sucker together, and we'll be back in just a sec with it. Alright, we got the Ikaruaga all put together here, and I have to say, I'm kind of bummed. Now, not with the actual design. The design, I think, looks great. The thing that I'm kind of bummed about is it's just really fiddly. And thinking back to when I was building the great Zeorhymer that they have, a lot of that feeling was already present with that kit as well. One of the things, there's just, you know, so many limbs and pointy bits that it's just easy to snag and have stuff pop off, unfortunately. Now, the overall joints, you know, are quite nice. Nowhere near as floppy as my Zeorhymer can be at times, which we've got sitting here as well. The arms on the back are a bit limited on how they can pose just based on where they attach, and the little arm guards there kind of block where some of the hands can be. And he is a little bit top heavy, just with so many arms sticking every which way, big giant swords. To me, that's not really the fault so much of the model as much as the actual, you know, mecha designers. It's just, you know, translating some of these designs into actual physical objects does not always work with the laws of physics and gravity. His head is very tempted to fall off. Grabbing a couple other models just to give you a good size. I don't want to mess with moving it around too much just because, like I said, it wants to pop off, and there's better YouTubers if you wanted to see people putting things in cool poses. Me, I'd rather build them, show you what it looks like for reals, and hopefully, you know, if it's something you're into, help enable that hobby purchasing. A couple of other good smile Moderoid kits here. They're Mazen Shogun, Mazen Kaiser, whatever it was called, whose sword does not now want to go on his back. And it's interesting after having... Dude, you don't even want to stand up. What's up with that? Your joints are tight as hell, too. Okay, we got you standing at least. I got the great Zeorhymer over here in all of his ridiculous pointy, over-exaggerated glory. This seems to be a similar issue that I've had with a lot of the Moderoid kits that I've built so far, in that they're really nice. Don't get me wrong. They're really, the quality is there, but it just feels like, I don't know. It's not that they're bad kits, but there's just like little niggling issues that irk me, and they're not bad. It's just it kind of piles up. So, like, you know, during the construction, there's a couple of little bits that need to be glued. I mean, his head wanting to pop off, and the stickers on this thing, the stickers just drove me nuts. I gave up. There's like 70 something of them, and they just were a pain in the butt to even get off of the sheet. You know, the Mazinga Shogun here. See, and if I touch it, it's like its head wants to pop off. I'm going to have to put some glue on that as well. I thought I glued a lot of the bits down, and obviously I did not put that V crest or the entire head. But again, that's just one of the problems when you've got these real pointy, angly kits that want to go every which way. The Mazinga, this was, I think, one of their very first model kits, and to me the joints just are super duper tight, and then like on Zeorhymer, they're super loose in certain spots, and I'm missing the hover filter in that thing. But it's like, on the other hand, they're making kits that literally nobody else is making, so it's kind of like, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now, as display pieces, if you're not going to sit there and fiddle with them, obviously they're going to be really, really nice. It's definitely anime accurate. For the most part, there are a couple of spots that are supposed to have, get out of here, some other colors in there. I believe, well, definitely on the swords, the arms. I think those are supposed to be like green in there, like a turquoise, aquamarine color. But other than that, I mean, for the most part, parts-wise, the colors are all what they should be. You know, it's just a lot of the little detail stuff. If you want to fight with those stickers, more power to you. I couldn't hack it. I really couldn't. They were just too much. I really do like the overall look of the kit. And I think if I go back and glue some of those little parts that are bugging me, I hope that should alleviate a lot of the issue for me. So, you know, one of the other things is I've noticed that the Moderoid kits are actually somewhat possible to find in the US, and I'm assuming if you can find them in the US, then you might be able to find them in the EU as well, because somebody's distributing this stuff, so that's a good sign. And if that's the case, you know, if you're into these kinds of kits, and I know actually that Good Smile has a ton of super obscure mecha kits coming out in 2022, and I know I'm going to probably be picking up quite a few more if they can actually make their way across the pond. So fingers crossed in that regard. But, you know, outside of just little irritating factors and the fact that you're definitely going to need to get some paint on this figure if you want to have everything anime accurate. But then again, if you're going to be doing that, you're probably going to be painting this stuff anyways. It's a cool kit, definitely a unique look. Grabbing a actual, I should have like a fantasy dude on here. Not that I've ever gotten around to watching the series, but you know, I want to say it's a non-scale kit, but nothing to stop you from using it as some kind of a chaos knight or something fun like that if you want to stick it on a base. So I'll put a link down below to Good Smile's website if you haven't had a chance to take a look at their stuff. Their Moderoid line is continuing to grow, and it has a lot of previews of upcoming kits as well. So do take a look if you're into the mecha stuff, because I know I certainly am. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.